Give you guys one guess on who did that. That's right, Sierra. Okay, so this is an update on the Model A pickup headliner deal that I've been working on. It's coming along, probably a little bit slower than what I would like. It is probably actually one of the most unpleasant projects that I've ever done. Just due to the fact that it's just been so messy, and the amount of chemicals involved with doing it, and it just really is it's not really very fun. So anyway, to catch you up on where I'm at, I haven't done anything with this area here yet. I need to get this window mounted in here and see what kind of clearance I have between this surface and the actual part that holds the window in. Whatever it is that covers this little area here up may be something that has to be flanged to get back aft a little bit to cover it all up, or it may be something as simple as just a flat piece of aluminum, plasma cut it out, and kind of a oval area here that's been leathered and just kind of slid up there and held in place by some kind of a fastening method, whether it be glue or Velcro or whatever. Something's got to happen there. I haven't really visited that much. I have some little fine fitment areas up here that has to be addressed in order to make it so the thickness of the leather doesn't affect the insulation of it. This here, everything turned out pretty much really flush. The way these brackets are, there's brackets this side here, there's brackets picking up nutserts, or floating nut plates, I guess you would say, and then in between each of these is some stuff mounted, some brackets mounted to this side of the headliner, so that kind of helps hold everything flush where it needs to be. And they're all adjustable as far as how they are, and they all also allow for the leather to wrap underneath the bracket. I'm going to put some pictures up at the end of this video, so you can kind of maybe see what I'm talking about. But I do have this area here gapped for leather, and I've kind of taken some miscellaneous spots in here and shoved a couple pieces of leather in there and folded them over to see what it was going to look like, and it's going to look pretty good. Yeah, it's kind of a pain in the ass. I've been kind of gapping that with a putty knife with sandpaper on it, and it kind of sucks. Like I said, 1000s back here. I went a little larger up here due to the fact that this overhead console has to be installed in order to have something to mount the headliner to. So this actually has to go in first. So with that said, I left the gap up here a little bit bigger in order to clear all these switches and this stuff in the stereo that have to be in when this go in. So that's why that is. I did go ahead and get my Ford emblem, plasma cut it out and put up there. That will be underneath the leather, so when you look up here and kind of look around at the overhead console, you maybe this will catch your eye that there's a Ford emblem underneath the leather. This is their modern Ford script. There's like 8 different, I think there's like 8 different styles of this Ford script, from like Model T on to current. This is the most current version of that. I just downloaded an image of it off the internet and put a line here, a line on the O, and measured that to make sure that I got the distance apart the same, and then I measured from here to here to make sure it was the same, so it would look relatively close to what it's supposed to look like. I think it'll look pretty good when everything's all said and done. It ain't gonna yell at you, but it's gonna be real subtle, and I gave a lot of thought, just even the direction that I put it on the headliner, and at the end of the day I decided that it would look the best if, when I'm driving this truck and I have a passenger in here, we look up, we can see that Ford and read it right the way it should be read. So that's why it went in there that way. But there was some thought put into which direction to go, and actually the placement of it, forward and aft, and side to side was centered obviously, but forward and aft was also given some thought. So anyway, I'm babbling about that. Over here, I have to close this little area here out. So what will end up happening is I will get the plastic back out and overlay a deal right here in this corner of the cab on each side, and that will pick up our area here and close this out. I will mount it the same way I mounted these. Over here, if you can see, I put a little screw in and bonded a bracket on that to help hold this up. This piece here will be adjustable forward and aft and inboard outboard. Same on the other side. When that's all said and done, I'll probably break me an angle and get the shrinker stretcher out and stretch an angle that will just barely come up over this lip and cover all this up. And its mounting will probably use these same mounting holes here, wherever these are going to be. That way I don't have a bunch of holes up there. So anyway, that's the plan there. Now on this area back here, I'm going to make a cover that covers this up too. What's going to happen here is I'll probably cut this profile out of a 2x4 and maybe two 2x4s. Let's see, maybe two 2x4s, and lay something over there to bridge the two 2x4s, because I want to make I only want to make this one time. The blank that I used to make this, I want to be big enough to make the left and the right in one layup, so I'm not laying up two different parts. So I'm going to make my tool a little extra long so I can make a left and a right. And the difference between a left and a right is which side end has the radius on it. So hopefully I can use the same tool to pick up this side and that side over there. Anyway, that's what the plan is as of right now. All the mounting is, you know, just some regular pan head screws right now. They'll end up being the countersunk ones with the little black plastic cap deal, so that'll help minimize the look of the screws going across the headliner and stuff like that. So that ought to look okay. But yeah, I thought long and hard about making that, plasma cutting that out of steel and putting some studs on there and applying it after the leather was done and going ahead and painting it car color. But I thought that was just kind of a little too much. So, and we had a theme, kind of had a theme going on with what we were doing here. So I decided to go ahead and go with that theme. So give me your thoughts on that. Like I said, I'm gonna put some pictures up on the end of this video for some of the stuff that's been going on with the headliner stuff. Like I said, it's been really unpleasant. I don't really mind fiberglassing, but when you have to overlay it on the outside of the cab and then section it and shrink it down and redo it on the inside and fit it and all that, it gets kind of to be a pain in the butt. But I think it's going to look okay when it's all said and done. But like I said, I probably wouldn't want to have to do it again. So anyhow, you guys, I just noticed something. You guys see that? Oh, that's a good working air conditioner there. I think that's the only way to ever charge an air conditioner is draw it down with a vacuum pump and then charge it. But anyway, you guys, I'm gonna let you go. Thanks for watching. Bye.